So let's first just get rid of the elephant in the room. That performance against City in the cup final was shocking. And the reason why I never done a response until now is because I was absolutely embarrassed by it. I was so sure that we would win that game that I was going on my videos. I was going, we're going to go and smash the City out of City. It's going to be the first of the four, like a complete and utter mug. Like a complete and utter mug. I couldn't believe what I was watching. The performances was shocking. So that said, we move on. International break. The last game's tonight against Japan. I haven't watched any of it. As you know on this channel, I don't watch international football very often. Only, you know, after the group stages of the Euros or the World Cup, when it gets to the last 16, quarterfinals, games like that, that's when I will watch the international football, when it starts getting more exciting for me. But these pointless friendlies and qualifiers and all this, I don't watch it. We've already got Madueke injured. We don't know for how long. We know players are dropping like flies, like Saka, Declan Rice, Nketiah, Zubimendi. They're all not playing tonight for their respective countries. Hopefully it's just like, you know, they thought to themselves, oh, let's Moody an injury. Let's not play with him. Let's wait until we go to the Cup. FA Cup this time, quarter-final at St Mary's against Southampton when we come back on Saturday. So we need to bounce back. We need to get... How many times have I said this? We need to dust ourselves off and move on and try and forget about what went wrong with that game and try and move forward and try and win again and start getting that mentality back, the winning mentality. I thought winning that cup would have given us the winning mentality to go on and win the league without no other issues and have a great chance at winning the Champions League and possibly the FA Cup as well. But now there's loads of that settling in. Was the pressure too much? We're not experienced winners, Arsenal, at the moment. The current team are not experienced winners. We won the COVID FA Cup 6 years ago. None of these players, I don't even think any of them was actually in that team, in that final. I don't think there was, I can't think of any. I'm not sure if Saka might have played some part in it, but the current squad we've got now, there was nobody that I can remember that was in that team, although the stadiums were empty during that time. It was a terrible time for everybody. But, I mean, we ain't got a winning mentality, and I don't think that Arteta's trying to instill that. I don't know what the problem is. The players look exhausted every time I see them play. Now, I can't have it that it's about they're playing too many games of football. There's something else. There's something else there that's making them look jaded. It's got to be something to do with the training regimes. It's got to be something like that. Or the diets, or whatever they're doing, not getting enough energy. I'm not sure. I don't know for 100%, so you can't take it as gospel. But it's just my opinion, and I don't think that playing 3 times a week for a superior, supreme athlete, super fit, these players. I remember back at school, me and a few of the boys and that, we smoked 10 Benson a day and still run around like lunatics. Play football after school every day. Every day, 90 minutes. Every single day. But these players are supremely fit. They don't smoke anymore. They don't drink very often, obviously, because it's all about being the best version of yourself you can possibly be. And I can't see that it's just because they're playing 3 games a week, 2 to 3 games a week, not every day. They don't play every day, that they look so tired. It's got to be something else. It could be underlying injuries that some of the players might still have. Declan Rice runs around 90 minutes, no problem. Saka looks done in, exhausted after about 60. Zubimendi's starting to look a bit jaded and tired. other players in the team, that Martinelli's and your Trossards, and they're not. Listen, I know you can't polish shit, right? But form's only temporary. You know, class is forever. And I've seen players, I'm not joking, I've got a friend of mine, still not older than me, I'm coming up 50, he's like 53, still plays Sunday League, like been drinking and smoking and, you know, for most of his adult life, still runs around. Great player, mind. He could have made it back in the day. Obviously, his life went down a different path, and he didn't make it. But you know, he can still run around for them 90 minutes. He might be knackered afterwards, but then the next day he's recovered and he's fine. I mean, what is going wrong here? I don't really know, but we need to see some kind of response. Let's look at the game against Southampton. It's a quarterfinals of the FA Cup. And then we get back to the league, and I think it's Bournemouth next week. But this Saturday, going out of 2 cup competitions, or losing the cup, the Carabao Cup final or the League Cup final 2 weeks ago, and then going through an international break, and then getting knocked out in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup would be devastating. I was inconsolable after that game, after that final, and I felt like, you know, what have I made myself look like? Especially on YouTube, and you know, people that see this channel, they probably think, what an idiot. Do you know what I mean? But nah, I'm going into this quarter final with that, and I know it's Southampton, they're in the league below us, but we should, on paper, win the game comfortably. But I can't see it. I think it's going to be too hard. I think it's going to be an hard game. I really do. And, you know, I did mention Max Damon after his heroics against Everton to let him play in that final. He didn't play. I did then later on say, well, maybe it might be a little bit too early for him. But he didn't get a minute. He didn't get a minute in that game. I would have brought him on. We was, you know, we had no control with the game. We needed something different. Saka was useless in that game. I would have brought him on. I would have, you know, rolled the dice. Yeah, get him on there. I think he should play against Southampton. I'm starting him. Madueke is out injured. Saka's got no form whatsoever. I'll play him out on that right-hand side. We've lost Eze in the middle. Maybe push Saka into, or put Damon in the 10. You know, swap them over and have half each, whatever, I don't know. I'm not going to do a team selection because I'm telling you now, Max Damon will be, and Declan Rice would probably be the only 2 from that cup final. Oh, right, Saliba as well. All right, sorry, I forgot about Saliba because he had a decent game. One of the only 2 players in that team that played that I felt sorry for. Saliba didn't put a foot wrong, to be fair. Thinking back to it now, Gabriel made a few mistakes. Saliba didn't put a foot wrong. Declan Rice was running around. You know, he was running his arse off. The rest of the team, shame. Have some shame on your name. But, you know, I couldn't select. I'd have to go to the under-21s or whatever it is nowadays, reserves, to pick a team to play Southampton, because none of them deserve it. None of them. None of the other 2. None of the other 9 players, sorry. No. Not for me, man. It was an embarrassment. But let's hope that we can get through this Southampton game, get back to winning ways. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Stick a like on the video, and I'll see you for a match reaction after the Southampton game on Saturday.